So yeah, that's a great spot. So gang, this is exactly where it's gonna be mounted. Extremely loaded Whoops Motorsports, where these guys make all type of crazy stuff.
A tiny bit like that, so our high spots right back here.
Exactly.
And we realized
Perfect.
If you're new here, welcome to the AutoLess YouTube channel. If you're already a family member, then what's swinging, gang? And today we got the biggest update on my soon-to-be world record BMW X6M, also named Sasha. So we over here at the heavily, extremely loaded Whoops Motorsports, where these guys make all type of crazy stuff happen. And as always, you know, I'm chaperoned by the beautiful Olivia in all her essence, you know, wafting on air and all of that crazy stuff BMW say about the 7 Series. But man, let's get right in here so I can show you guys the progress and the updates that we have going for Sasha. All right, so we in the shop, and the Jedi Master Tom right here, he just dropped it down. So Tom, could you do me a favor, buddy, and explain to everyone exactly what you did and, you know, and what we're looking at here?
okay, so basically when you came to us, you said you need a water tank and you needed to fit behind the fender.
Exactly.
So, you know, really all I had to do was fill in all the space that we could and take advantage of all the space that's free.
All right.
And so that's how kind of dictated the shape of the tank, and then test fitting it with the fender and everything like that. So we've got a baffle here that runs up to separate these two, because I know you were concerned about the larger one.
Exactly, siphoning off, scavenging off of the little one.
Yep. So
and you can see there it's two different size ports, so 1.25 and a 1-inch for the two different pumps. And how did we come about doing the 90-degree up top?
okay, we had to do the 90-degree up top because we didn't know if we were going to be able to line up here, one, but then the main reason too was that this tank sits a tiny bit like that, so our high spot's right back here.
Exactly.
So, and then we realized when we were test fitting everything, perfect.
Oh man, that's gonna be nice. And everything fits behind the fender.
Yep.
And actually, since this is a high spot, guys, if any air was in the tank, it would get trapped right here up in this corner. So it's good that this is the fill, so it naturally pushes any air out as it fills. So that's gonna be perfect. And from the factory, the actual ports on the intercoolers have bleed nipples on them that run to this fill tank, since we're going to be using the original tank as the new fill tank, but they're going to be lifting that up on spacers, right?
Correct.
On spacers to get that highest possible, you know, to where it fits under the hood. So, you know, that's the highest thing, you know, in the system, and another way to keep air out of the system. But this thing turned out great, and you can see all of the custom mounting points here that wasn't there from the factory. This is, you know, custom one-off tank. You know, like you'll never see this tank on another X6M or another BMW for that matter. It's only 2 BMWs in the world that I know that have an inner chiller tank, well 3, and that's me, another subscriber, and my race buddy Jeff. So, you know, this is very rare to see a BMW with this type of stuff. Even rarer to see a BMW with a inner chiller on it in general, which is right down here. So yeah, the main reason for the update is we're going to be mounting the 400 pump, which we will be using to circulate the coolant between the inner chiller tank and the actual inner chiller. We're going to be mounting that in this old brake duct area where the brake duct used to reside. You know, as you can see, it's still a little piece of it there. You can see out the front of the car, but you know, I cut it back a little so we can, you know, get a custom mounting system up, so we can get something to run up through that hole right there to get it into the engine bay. And as you can see, they also did the meth directly into, well, I'm going to be spraying ethanol. If you can see that bong, you know, poured it directly into that throttle body, Well, I know that sounds weird. The body of the throttle body, they put that there so we can squirt, methanol directly into the intake. So I mean, these guys here are like fully loaded powerhouse, man. They definitely know what they're doing. So I'm gonna sit this camera down so we can figure out exactly where we're gonna get this thing mounted at.
A few moments later.
Okay, so
And then this one obviously is just
Yeah.
but yeah, that gives us that looks like it lines up pretty well at the bottom of the body there.
okay, so I guess we just let the top one dictate.
Yeah, because we
Okay.
can always shorten this a hair if we need to. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying, to really get her up. And the plug looks good. Plenty of space there.
All right, yeah, that's what I was worrying about, the pigtail. So that's
Yeah,
good.
No, I mean you'll have to come down here to plug it in, plug it out. That's
Oh yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
okay. And then we just got to figure out where we want to mount to.
Yeah.
I suppose just the frame there.
Well, it's
Yeah.
I gotta make a thing to grab it, to
Right,
hold
right,
it
right.
first. But yeah,
Yeah, there's a
we'll
couple-
just mount straight like
Right to the
here.
frame and then
Yep.
a couple hangers and look around, job done.
I mean, and you guys can have at it, me casa, su casa, do whatever you feel like doing.
Yeah,
I mean, that's what it is built. It's not made to be. I'm not building it to be pretty. I'm building it to go fast. So
Yeah.
It fits the space really well, actually.
that's great. Yeah, I cut the brake duct used to come all the way back here, and I cut it. I took it out and cut it all the way forward for that to slide all the way
Yep.
forward. So yeah, that's a great spot. So gang, this is exactly where it's gonna be mounted here. And this outlet is gonna flow straight up through that way, and that way it can feed the intercoolers. And that's for the 400 pump here, the 1.25 hose. So yeah, we got that figured out, so I can't wait to see how it looks.
The next day.
So it's actually the next day, and as bad as I wanted to show you how the 400 pump bracket looks, I had some stuff to do, so I had to leave, and they had to order some type of clamp for the pump, that they build a bracket off, so I'm definitely gonna put that in part 2 of this video, and the exhaust, OMG, like when you guys see how we designed this 3.5-inch exhaust, it's gonna blow your mind, and it's gonna sound so wicked. I can't wait for you guys to hear this. I mean, this is literally the world's first BMW with 3.5-inch exhaust, dual 3.5-inch exhaust. This is the world's first BMW with the resonator X-pipe box full flow center section. This is the world's first BMW, modern BMW with, I'm getting way too deep into the mods. I don't want to, tell all my secrets before I get on the racetrack. But once I unveil all the stuff that I've been keeping secret, you guys, it's going to blow your mind, and that's what's really going to push us across that finish line, hopefully, and get the European SUV world record, which is currently a 9.4 as of right now. I think it's an X3M, a red one that runs a 9.4. It ran a 9.4 in the quarter mile. The X3 is a lot lighter. I think it's about 700 pounds lighter than my car. And that's a lot of weight. But the S68 could never make, the B58 or S68 could never make the massive amounts of all-wheel torque that the V8s can make. And torque wins races, not horsepower. So, of course, you gotta respect the weight difference too. But pound for pound, torque wins races all day. So stay out on the lookout for the part 2 of this video, because I can't wait to show you guys the rest of the Whoops Motorsports mini build series. So like, share, and subscribe. And Auto Lust out.